come in here and just start
Hey,
Bow, bow.
boom, boom. Are we on?
We are on.
We are on.
What up, everybody?
Live.
SOUNDSPONGE Radio here at the end of January 2021. January 29th? Yeah. Happy Friday, man.
I don't even know the date.
I do not know the date. We are still in the COVID lockdown. I was just saying the other day, doesn't it feel like we're in some kind of weird time flux?
Did you see like the 4 Wednesdays of this year already?
No.
It was storming the Capitol, Trump's impeachment, like Biden getting sworn in, and then this last Wednesday was GameStop.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
Stonks. Stonks.
Like 4 Wednesdays are just every Wednesday is just like
Damn.
Wonder
crazy.
what's
So
going
I'm wondering
on
what's
next
happening.
week.
And it's my anniversary next Wednesday, so it's
Hey, stay inside.
That will be your good part of the Wednesday.
Hopefully.
Let's see what
It's like
fucking
super-
America comes up with.
Right? We'll see what they bubble up with. How's the week been, man? I feel like it's been a weird week for a lot of people. I feel like it's been a hustle week.
it's a revolution.
Been a stoink week.
Hey.
I say that for better or for worse. I know people that have made a lot of money, and I know people like me who've lost money. So, I mean, BB to the moon, baby. Diamond hands. Hold.
No,
Don't sell.
But that's not advice.
no,
I'm not a financial advisor.
I like this stock.
I want tendies. I like the stock.
Doge though.
Oh my
Man.
gosh.
You gotta run with the Doge.
Yeah, that's-
Even that Vogue like little Doge Elon tweet that he posted.
That was
I thought that was
subliminal.
taking us to the moon.
Super.
Oh man.
That took it to 7 cents from not even
And
a
everyone's
cent.
sold, but why wouldn't you? I mean, I'm not gonna get into this right now.
Yeah,
but
we won't get into that.
We won't get. This ain't a stoink podcast.
As everybody says, I'm stupid and I don't know anything. It's not financial advice. I just like the stock.
Yeah,
They use a very worse,
The worst verbiage
very
ever.
bad word
I like
instead
stock.
of stupid.
Very, very bad word, man.
very bad word.
Yo, welcome back though, everybody. It is nice
SOUNDSPONGE.
to be back with you on the sponge.
What is it, episode 16?
Yeah,
brother.
episode 16. It's been a pretty mellow week.
Sweet 16.
Musically. Yeah, it is. It's been a really mellow week musically. And not just because there weren't a whole bunch of releases, but because the main album we've been spinning is Kota The Friend, and that's been super relaxing. But before we get into that, there's a little bit of stuff that I'm excited about seeing, hopefully soon. I'm hoping so. I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see the Joe Exotic freestyle from Westside Boogie?
No.
Oh,
It's not.
it's so fire, dude. Hey, he's been doing these freestyles almost every week. Seems like he's prepping for an album, and I mean, I'm here for it. I love Boogie. So
Shit. Oh, okay, Boogie.
yeah, no, I know it's
It's called Joe Exotic.
no, it's the freestyle's called Joe Exotic,
Okay, yeah, no, that's what I
but
did.
yeah, Westside Boogie. I think he
got
did that.
released finally.
I think because he doesn't want to call it. I don't think he wants to stop being confused with A Boogie. And personally, I think Westside Boogie is like he's one of my favorites the past couple of years, since Thirst 48, 1 and 2. And even on this little freestyle music video, he keeps it pretty light, but he says like, I don't know, I just love the way that he does his wordplay. Like he says, strip a man of his pride, make him start an OnlyFans. Like so simple, but that's light for him. I'm hoping that the album drops sometime this year. Everything for Sale had its anniversary, 2-year anniversary, which is fast. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 years.
I
bro?
love that, dude. I love that album, Silent
Too
Ride,
long.
dude. And
Damn.
yeah,
The years went
That
by.
album went hard though.
that album goes super hard to this day, and there's hella lessons.
Besides the
on
Eminem
there.
song, no.
Yeah, besides the M verse, but that's okay. We know how that goes. I don't know. You really like that Your Old Droog album we listened to recently.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about it on the show, but we listened to it as a team. And he's got an album with the guy Fahim coming out soon. Super
Didn't he
East
come
Coast
out
cat.
with a stonk related song?
Bro, it's the whole album is called The Wolf on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the whole album is
whole
a
album.
joint album, and it's so what crazy timing because I guarantee they weren't thinking about that shit. They don't give a fuck about that shit. And
Just
I'm
so
excited
happens.
about that. Just so happens, yeah, exactly. Then we got a new Madlib album today, dude. I'm so excited. He's about to go 12 for 12. He's what's crazy. That's his goal. He said he was dropping 12 projects this year.
Sound Ancestors.
Yeah.
That's a dope.
With,
that's a dope title.
With what's it called? Fortet, Sound Ancestors, dude. Dirt Knock is crazy. I just got into the album, but Dirt Knock is such a vibe. Like that's kind of the main single. and he's doing his thing on there, dude. I'm so excited. I hope in that 12 albums we get Gunlib. That's the shit.
It has to be in there.
And
It's in
honestly, this is me being greedy, but I hope in that 12 albums we get one more Gibbs album. I'm with it.
I
It's
feel
not
like everyone
far-fetched.
wants that, man. Everyone wants
I know. I hope that Pusha album happens with him.
Be so clean.
that. Sniffing lines off of my screen.
It would be
listening to
so fucking good. I'm telling you. And they need Kanye to produce it so they can call it Yay. Like,
that. That's still going on. We want
that
that.
is a must.
We
So
want that.
if you're listening to this, man, Kanye, please produce the Pusha T and Freddie Gibbs album so you can call it Yay. Y-A-Y. Don't be selfish. You don't need it to be Y-E.
Yay, produced by Yay.
We don't want any
Exactly.
credit from that if you actually do call it, but like, just shout us out.
Yeah, man.
You know, that'd be
You
cool.
heard it here first. Did you guys hear, speaking of Kanye, Dirk, Kanye Crazy?
Yeah,
Or Crazy
Lil
Kanye?
Durk dropped his The Voice Deluxe. What is it? Yesterday or some shit.
Yeah.
The music video was lit.
It's cool. The
Dude, the
music
video
video
was
directed by
sick.
Cole Bennett. So creative.
Dude, and when it got to the animated part,
Hilarious.
oh, man, I was like, oh, shit, they're really going there. That was
They
from the
went everywhere.
808s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my
808s
God.
and
And,
Heartbreak.
yeah, dude, I was like, oh, shit, they really fucking went
He
there.
really took every Kanye moment.
Yeah, he did the...
There's
They're
so-
like
there's so
iconic
many, though.
moments.
Bound
There
to.
really is.
Yeah.
He did, and he even did that, the bed with all the celebrities in it, but with all just bomb ladies.
I mean, I remember freaking Bound too, and like that was actually a really good song. I'm like kind of upset that it got memed.
I know.
I was like, how are you gonna make this one of your hits?
That song did age really well, though.
How
It
you
was
gonna
really
be
good
mad on vacation?
But can you really be mad
That's true. You can't
that
be
it got
mad on
memed? Meme is success
Yeah.
now.
Kinda.
Meme stock.
Meme
That's true.
equals money.
Memes equal money.
It is
Shout out
true.
J. Cole. Sorry, bro, but
Like,
you want to make
I mean,
millions
as
or
long as you're
memes?
not-
Like, you really making both at this point.
at least as long as you don't get like Jordan cry faced.
Yeah.
That was messed up too, because that was like a beautiful moment in his life.
Yeah.
Wasn't that his inauguration to the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, but he had a dickish ass.
I actually
speech.
didn't know
But
where that meme
even,
came from.
even still though,
He
like,
literally just called out all the people he beat. And he's
Hey.
like, he was like, yeah,
Damn.
I'm still.
I
yeah,
say it
still
tough
going
as
good."
all y'all bums.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
fucking
kind of
on
like
top.
when Conor McGregor was like, I want to take this moment to apologize.
Absolutely no one. That was hilarious.
That was my favorite sports moment.
Bro, shout out Connor, bro. I hope you're doing good, man. Hope that leg. Hope that leg.
did you catch that fight?
Yeah, I watched it, bro. It was.
It wasn't bad.
He was gas.
I wish it lasted longer.
Poirier did his thing.
He is, dude. I thought he was gonna lose. He lost the
Oh,
first
yeah.
round.
He's a great
He lost
fighter
the first
though.
round.
He's a
He-
great fighter.
He's getting
Oh,
bucked in
definitely.
the first
He should-
round.
yeah.
I mean, his track record is incredible. Like Conor is one of his only losses. So
He almost
And a long time ago too.
Mhm.
pulled a rookie move. He almost had Khabib.
yeah, that's what I
literally-
mean. Is that's the
Like,
he's of that caliber.
No one could get Khabib though. He's a
Well, you gotta
monster.
remember, like,
Well,
so
now he
people
don't want
want
to.
to
He
say
don't want to play anymore.
people
He
want
said he
to
might come back.
people want to say that Conor didn't like. They're like, oh yeah, he got mauled by Khabib. It's like, but you see what Khabib does to other people. He didn't do that to Conor.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Like
he
Conor was
wanted-
holding his
He
down.
was one
like,
of the guys that he wanted to take down.
Yeah,
Like,
and Conor was
standing
like,
up.
yeah.
Connor was popping him,
Yeah.
except for that one shot. I don't know if you watched
that.
it.
I did watch that.
It came down to endurance though, man.
Yeah.
Like when it went
Yeah.
to the
Oh, yeah.
ground.
When you're
it went to the
swimming?
ground.
In the river. Have you seen that video of like Khabib swimming in a river?
No.
Dude, I know you've seen the video of him as a kid wrestling a
the bear. Yeah,
right?
that's
Dude,
what.
that's so
Little ass,
yeah.
that's scary, but him swimming in this river just
Like-
made like just this rapid ass river, and I'm just like,
Just keeping up with it. Just
he's
a
going
monster.
against it.
yeah, but keeping up. Like
Yeah, he was getting pushed back, and I'm like, this man
Is
is not letting
crazy.
anything.
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Dude,
Damn.
I liked, honestly, I messed with the endurance that Conor even showed, though, having a little bit of ring rust. You know, that, like,
He even
so
said it.
when he got himself up off the ground and he hit that bow and pushed off, like,
Yeah.
dude, you could see the willpower. And I'd never seen him strain so hard in his life, like, to stand back up. Like, dude, he was not trying to go down, but that took a lot out of him, bro.
well, his leg, you can't.
Those
stand.
legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got kicked.
I mean, I feel
Dude,
like that
that-
came down a little bit to ring
Poirier
rust,
is
too.
a good ass fighter for that.
Well, he
Yeah.
wasn't checking it. He thought he
That's
was,
what I mean.
Thought
He
he was
wasn't
knocking him
checking it.
out. He
Yeah.
literally was like, I'm knocking you on the first
Yeah,
round
this
again.
will last. Exactly.
And then he's like, oh,
You've been working.
Wait, second round?
My
Oh,
leg.
you've been
My
working.
leg hurts.
Well, did you see he didn't sit? And I was like, oh, he's good. He's not even gassed. And it's like, oh my gosh. After the fight, I realized, I'm like, you're an
he
idiot,
was
Jeff.
on a crutch.
He was just couldn't sit down because his leg was so fucked.
He
Yeah.
said, "You broke me leg, you bastard."
Yeah, that was
I'm
so
like,
awkward.
damn.
And then you could see like
Dustin don't like to fight.
Oh,
He said it. He's said it multiple times. He's like, I don't even like to fight.
yeah.
Like I just happen to be good at it.
Yeah.
Louisiana boy. I fuck with
The
that
Bayou.
though.
Louisiana
Bayou boy.
But getting back to the greats, talking about Kanye, I do want to talk about like his impact and the makings of a complete artist after we talk about the Kota album. Joey dropped something this week too, the Let It Breathe. I don't know if you listened to that at all, either of you.
Did not.
It did give me some 1999 vibes.
Okay.
My thing about Joey is like, and he released it on his birthday. So happy birthday to the young goat.
Happy belated.
My thing about Joey is that like, he's one of those MCs where it's like, man, I don't want to hear you with the light work. I'm sorry. I'd rather you just not drop on shit than go light. Because, you know, he's so fire when he's deciding to go all in, when he's throwing the
He really
real
is.
fucking hooks.
Don't go that Nick Caution verse, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is
That's
like,
that light work.
like, you know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about the bars. 'Cause I don't want to, there weren't any
really
really.
just
They
too
really
simple.
weren't.
They're
Like,
too
it was just
simple.
too simple. Like, I don't want to hear you be like, I pull it out that wheel. I say I'm ice cold, but a nigga never chill. Like,
Yeah,
that's like,
the type of shit.
that's the type
bro.
of shit that he
It's
says
like,
when he doesn't care.
alright.
Yeah.
Like,
Those are
and
throwaway bars.
they're throwaway bars, but they're not even bars. Is the thing. It's like, and no one is interested in hearing that. I want you to be able to earn that young goat talk. But the track was fire, and Static Selecta produced that,
Oh.
and that's like, he's been in the game a minute, but he really helped those kids come up, and he DJ'd for them when they first came out, and like, Static is a god, man. Like, that's the dude. And that's like big bro for all of them too. So I'm really happy that he's got that connection still, just the two of them. They've kept it pure. Static did the album with CJ Fly too. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit too. I just love seeing it in real action, you know, like the good vibes. He said, being humble was the worst mistake I ever made. Not knowing my worth was the biggest price I ever paid. And that's not even that a very hard bar, but that's like, I love hearing him be truthful too. It's like, either be truthful or come with some crazy bars. Like,
yep.
I remember when he said, Hispanic like Dora when shots blast. Like, Hispanic like Dora when shots blast. That's so fucking hard.
Damn.
You were 17 when you said that, man.
What were you
Come
doing
on.
now?
What you doing now? Exactly, bro.
Yeah, like, or some. What was the bar? I don't even drink, but the Budweiser, even that.
exactly.
Back on his old shit.
Like, back on his old shit, dude.
That was
Like,
on my youth.
I've been listening to Snakes, a grip from 1999 again, and I was like, dude, I fucking always love this song because they always be behind in the cut. Fucking always in the skies, watching stars when they up. Don't you confide into the evil and corrupt. This is urgent. It picks on the verdict, synopsis, surface, bro. Like,
That shit was hard.
dude, that shit is crazy. I fucking love that.
That's what made us like him or love him, you know?
Dude, yeah, I was young when that came out too, and I was like, man, that was crazy. The last couple things I want to talk about, man. Did either of you catch the Ashanti Keisha Cole verses?
The verses?
No,
Okay,
man,
I
I
pulled
did
up
not.
on it for
I
like
saw
2
the
minutes.
memes.
And I think
Showed up
what I
late,
think really is
Robin.
verses is just not what it used
It's
to
not
be.
really a verses anymore.
It
They're just
was
like,
not,
hey.
yeah, exactly.
They're
It's
just
not
like,
what it
can you
used to
hang?
be.
Yeah, you want to hang out?
What was the very first verses ever?
It was Swiss and Timberland.
That
yeah,
was huge.
And
that was
on
huge.
Instagram, that's kind of how the layout I wanted it to be. Just kind of like
Like, I want people to be judging it, being like, that
it was too
was
structured.
whack. Like,
it was too structured. You know?
now it's
like,
super structured. Now it's like, there's not really a winner. It's more like publicity.
Well, and then even
Yeah.
it was just an Oakland show out.
right
like
on
the end of the
E40,
year,
and
which
Too
is
Short.
cool. I like it. I
that
liked
one
it.
was cool.
I
did
if they
like
could
that
get Ye and Pharrell though, I'd
Sheesh.
that'd
Yeah.
probably
would
be like
definitely
that'd
wa-
break numbers.
That'd be
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
best
yeah.
one.
That would be the best one.
Timberland and Swiss was fucking.
That one
dope,
was hard, but
though.
that was like the Instagram one, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like, and then they had Gucci Mane and Jeezy
Well,
squashing
that
a fake
shouldn't have
beef
happened.
online.
It wasn't a
didn't-
fake
that-
beef. That was a real ass beef.
Well, okay, they fake squashed a real
I don't
beef
know.
online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really
they're
dead.
definitely not fucking with each other now. Come on.
Well,
I think
They're
it's just
dead, homie.
money. Better money.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Ashanti dropped the track though. That's why I brought it up.
It's dope.
It actually is dope. It's called 235. I want you is what you can call it too. It sounds mad 2000s, but it aged well, man.
Yo, I didn't realize she wrote a lot for J-Lo. Or not a lot, but she wrote those 2 songs for J-Lo.
It makes sense to me, man.
She wrote I'm Real and
Don't tell me Jenny from the Block.
no, I don't think Jenny from the Block.
I know.
There was
someone-
another
There's
Ja
no
Rule
way.
song.
It was a Ja Rule.
It was another
bump,
Ja Rule
though.
song.
Was it a big one?
At one point, I feel like Ja Rule and Ashanti were just synonymous. Like they were just one and the same. If you were hearing a new Ja Rule song on the radio, you're like, all right, when's Ashanti come in? Like,
I mean, that was like the dynamic duo in the
Man, I
2000s.
gotta look that up.
feel
Now.
like.
Give me a second.
yeah, they killed it, dude. Did you see that? Did you listen to that Roddy Rebel I sent you, Nick?
Yeah, that's been out for a little bit, right?
Almost a week.
Okay, yeah. No, I
Dude.
did.
That's so honestly, that's a win for New York.
I'm glad the New York's continuing that almost. I wouldn't say Pop Smoke sound, but
I mean, Pop Smoke really brought it
He
to
really brought it
the
to
light, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Nationwide, like that drill sound, dude, is so fire.
It's so fire. Fivio Foreign carried the torch too, as well. It has been at least. So
Dude, and Rowdy, okay, so him and Bobby went to jail this whole time, and like that was a big concern for me. I was like, all right, when Bobby Shmurda comes out, is it really gonna be like popping? And honestly, Rowdy was not nowhere near as popping, and not the leader. He was kind of the right hand man
Definitely.
to everything he was doing, and dude, he came out flawless. Like nothing ever
that
changed.
track was hard. I mean, the Funk Master Flex, he's been
Funk Master Flex.
he's
Yeah,
been
he's
collabing
been
with
killing it.
He's been killing it, bro.
Dude, and he's putting on
On
for the
that
city.
sound.
It's sad that, dude, the Von track he did was so tough, bro. Like, and then he did a track with Fivio. Have you heard that one?
Yeah.
Dude, like that one was
forgot what it was
fire
called.
too. But that was fire.
It
Like,
was good. And the Rowdy track
lots
too.
of
was
bows.
fire.
Hey, bow, bow.
Hey.
I just listened to the Funk, his Funk freestyle, and they put him on like a Biggie beat. I was like, oh man, they kind of fucked him over. But you could tell he was,
Rowdy?
no, Fivio. But you could tell he hella like had to tap into his actual freestyle brain. And like, he was like, all right, how the fuck am I gonna?
Where
I have to kill this shit.
You gotta get that BlackBerry out. Hold up.
Yeah. And what did he say? He was
I said.
he said
I
this
said-
one line
I
about
said-
his. He was like about his mom. He was like my mother passed. I might send one of you to say what up to her. And I was like, damn, that's fucking tough. I was like fucking
That is
out here,
hard.
bro. I was like,
That's
damn,
hard.
that's some demon shit. Okay,
Some demon shit. I like this demon shit.
on the low.
That's how you feel, Flex?
Yeah, I was like, but in the beginning of the freestyle, Flex cracking up because Vivio keeps being like, bow. Just like
Bow.
talking, he's like, yo, you know, man, Fivio here, you know what I mean? It's like, what's good? Bow. Like, just like, what
Just
the
cracking up on the side.
And there's one point where he looks at Flex and it's like, you could tell he kind of took it personal, like, keep laughing at me.
I'm gonna bow you.
That
fool.
exactly is what he kept saying. He was like, bow. And then he fucking came out with the bars. And some people were like, oh, it's light. But it's like, bro, if it looked like and it felt like it was really off the top because he caught him off guard. He probably was like, all right, cool. He's going to hit me with a drill beat.
I guarantee most rappers they write or they spit writtens that they just memorize.
Yeah, especially, well, because usually you get the
Can't
respect.
spit that good.
Well, you get the respect usually of some kind of beat within your range.
Yeah.
He hit him with a fucking like Biggie beat, and Vivio was
He was like, okay, all right, turn these up.
yeah. And I don't want to say everybody's writing, because you know there are definitely some people who aren't. I don't really hear Conway use any bars outside of his freestyles. Like I don't see him taking them to paper elsewhere. But he also doesn't write right. He just spits, and honestly, his bars they're not simple, but
Some
they're like
Jay-Z shit.
the bars are in a certain box enough that I you know if I was 36 years old and been living this crazy life, I would probably have enough to freestyle my whole life like that too.
Oh yeah, you put your 10,000 hours.
Yeah,
in,
exactly. He's
you
put his 10,000 hours in. That's why it's second
have
nature.
bars in your head.
Like,
that-
I remember when he was freestyling on Flex and he's like, I became the best rapper alive on my deathbed. And I was like, that's so fucking tough. Like, that alone is a one single moment he could rap albums about forever.
it could never stop going hard. I mean, the lyrics. When
There's always going to be people, too, that are like, what's going on with his face?
I'm surprised. I mean, 50 definitely had a lot of lyrics about him getting shot 9 times, but not enough, bro. He could have spit much
he turned
more.
Code too quick. Started doing the "We on fire, up in here, it's burning hot. We on fire."
That's where the
He
money
said
was.
so much
It
stuff.
was
Like,
where
I
the
got
money
shot
was.
9 times. Bro.
He still could. He
He
could
was-
come back and just call it 9 shells or some shit. Like
That'd be so hard.
and just be like, "Here's a 9-track EP of me just going hard again."
On the first shot, I was like, "Fuck." The
Like,
ninth
Oh,
shot,
but
I
Window
was really
Shopper
like,
was the
"Fuck."
shit.
I was really like, "Fuck."
There's some. It's because he had those melodies too. Because sometimes you hear him like Window
Bro,
Shopper.
yeah. I mean,
You window shop.
I get
That's a
why it
jack-
was a big deal.
He
Like,
really
I
had
get
the
all the
melody.
controversy with the game and stuff. And, like, don't get me wrong, I love the game. But, like, Hate or Love It was a total alley-oop.
Yeah.
Like, that was on a mixtape years before they even knew each other.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, yeah, man, you know what? You might sound tight on this. Like,
It was perfect.
yeah, it was perfect. And, like, there's if you listen to the original one, it even still has the chorus. It still has the Hate or Love It, the underdogs on top. And I'm going to shine, homie, until my heart stops. And then that's, like, where it cuts. And then it plays, like, the beat. And then he says it a second time. And he literally just threw game in there.
Well, it's funny because like 50's one of his diss songs. He's like, "Game, you know I wrote the hook for Hate It or Love It." And I forgot how it finished, but I remember like he just said that in the middle of his diss song. I was like, "Oh, yeah."
In
I
the
mean, yeah, he's got the proof. He's like, bro, this shit's been out forever. On that same mixtape with
What was that first song? What was that first Game hit? Yeah, they had a U2,
I don't know. I love
iPod?
Dreams.
that black and red iPod.
Dreams was so hard, bro.
Game of 50. It wasn't like West Side. What song was that? My God.
Oh, I think it. Wait, was it Crip niggas, blood niggas, essays, Asians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, white boys, Jamaicans? Bro, that shit was fucking hard.
Damn, I don't even remember that, bro.
How We Do. Remember How We
Oh,
Do?
shit. God, that's such a.
That's a
That
banger.
cadence is so OG though,
Fresh
bro.
like, Impala.
Oh, yeah, I
But that's
know.
honestly, that's like, man, it's obvious they were writing together when that song was made.
Oh my darling.
Like,
Oh,
and a lot of that stuff, like,
Bro, that was a-
you from, nigga. West side.
Those were all fire.
It really threw alley oops though with the melodies.
Yeah.
Like he was just throwing them because they were nothing to him. They probably still are nothing to him.
Yeah.
Man, I would have loved to see the guidance he was gonna provide for Pop Smoke.
Oh.
Like for real.
50 and Pop Smoke track.
Well,
Yeah, well, I mean, he was big. They were close as fuck.
I mean, that's the first time I liked hearing 50 on a track was Woo. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't heard the 50s.
Recently?
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
heard a
Yeah.
50 song that I've heard in
It
a
was
while.
crazy to hear him on some mainstream shit again.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, you're back.
And he
I
was,
was
and he was
surprised
riding
when
with
they brought him on
Roddy.
that.
You know what I mean? I mean,
And
Roddy
Roddy
killed
Ricch.
it. But like but 50 did his thing on that.
Yeah, Roddy kills everything though. I was just listening to Down Below again and Scott Storch produced that, and I was like, damn, bro, this is a fucking banger.
Yeah, I mean, about this time last year, we were at the
At the Roddy
Ricch
concert, I
bro.
know, what the fuck.
That was hard.
But yo, let's get into some completely different New York rap. We were listening to the new Kota project this week, man. The Kota The Friend, Lyrics to Go Volume 2. I fuck with this project heavy, dude.
claps. This was dope, man.
Yo, it
It
was
was too good, man. I was letting it just play while working and like
15
It's too
minutes
good.
though.
and it just repeat.
Super 10 songs, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was short as fuck. Honestly, like on some of the notes that I wrote, I really don't really have anything bad to say. It was like amazing verses with tons of substance, and honestly, it's crazy that he just remains like so grounded after he's found so much success. And I love that he just keeps spreading like this positive introvert energy and like doing his best to balance his truest form of his art, all while like gaining more attention and growth. And like that's hard to do, you know. People's sound change, it changes a lot usually. It kind of gives me the same vibe as like Everything off his last album, and that's exactly the Kota that I signed up for. You know, I've been listening to him since like 2016 because I found him through Gami, the producer, who's out of Germany. And like I remember when he was like, I'm making beats for Kota today, and I was like, the fuck is Kota? Yeah, and
That's the name of my dog.
yeah,
so
literally. I was
gotta
like,
pee.
okay, I got it. It's literally what made me look. I was like, man, that's the name of my dog. The fuck?
That's fine.
And I've been in love ever since, man. Like, just dropping gems. I remember the first time I heard Black Sheep, I was like, man, this is it, dude. Like, this guy is doing it.
He's got a connection, man.
Yeah. As he grows through his life pains and like life lessons, I keep thinking like, oh, okay, this is gonna be the release that might be more shallow, but it's like, no, he just keeps growing, like
So real.
more,
so positive.
diving more and more into his insecurities, even too. When he's not being positive, it's very positive. It's very like accepting.
Do you know who produced these songs?
Dude, that was something I was gonna bring up. He literally,
I heard these were Kota The Friend type beats.
Yeah,
on
he
YouTube.
literally
That's what
looked it
I
up.
heard, but I didn't know if it was
I didn't know if
actually
it was real. I wanted
Is
to.
that
No,
real?
yeah, he tweeted it himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he
They-
literally was like, I'd searched Kota The Friend type beats.
And they kind of
That's
they
so
were hard
dope.
though. They were all
Yeah,
hard.
I didn't know there's confirmation. I
And,
was just
like,
I just read that. I was like,
Catharsis,
That's dope.
Christ Conscious by Joey Badass. That was also a Joey Badass type beat that
beat.
he literally searched up. Meek Mill's main producer, he found through Meek Mill type beats.
Yeah, I heard
and
about
that's
that.
his main dude now. Because when he hit him up, he was like, you got anything else, man? And he was like, I literally have a folder called Meek Mill Beats because you're my favorite rapper.
yeah.
And he was like, shit, bro.
Send it.
Yeah, let's do it. And so, that created an everlasting friendship that, I mean, here to stay. It's crazy as hell. I love that, though, because it's like, it's just like, goes to show how far bedroom producers have come. Like, I don't know.
Lo-fi.
It's no longer, well, that's what's crazy is because people still associate that with lo-fi producers, but it's like, every type of producer is a bedroom producer, especially in fucking COVID.
Yeah.
That's like, and that's one of the like number one things that a lot of bigger producers emphasize on focusing on is like, dude, get a space. If you're a producer and you get an advance, don't spend it on all just reusing studio time. Big producers are like, dude, spend $10K of that and build a studio in your fucking home. Create demand where artists can come pay you by your own terms. You're not paying for studio time because that shit racks up. Like, you'll go broke doing that alone. And they won't even tell you because they'll tell you, oh, you got a session booked with so-and-so and we want you at this major studio. Next thing you know, you're getting the bill for $2K. And you're like, what the fuck? Y'all told me to go. And they're like, oh, yeah, we've got to tell you about the fee for being there. So, sorry you took your sweet-ass time being there all day.
Here's the L.
Exactly.
Here you go.
And so that's kind of the move now. So it's funny that people are like, oh, bedroom producers. Because it's like, really?
Too much people make heat.
That's the best way to be, honestly, in this day and age. Like, obviously, when you're someone of the caliber of like Hit Boy or something, like, yes, you can get a public studio and like Mustard and people
Well,
like
that's
that.
what you do. You invest and get your own studio. And people
Exactly, and they come to you. You make it yours.
Even though this album was so short, I mean, I think it speaks for obviously the title, album or lyrics to go.
Come to you. Yeah.
But there was so much content. There was so much
Just, like,
bars in there. There was
substance.
actually there's a lot of good shit in there. I mean, he's one of the most positive, laid back, yet kind of almost top lyricists in the game right now, to some sense.
Like, he is and he isn't. So what he reminds me of is like Common. Common has never been like the number one bar spitter. And like what I mean by that is like, you look at a song like The Light, like, you know what I mean? Like, like,
Yeah, but
Oh
here's
my
but
but then he
God,
says,
bro.
but just like
Bars.
the, it's like, you know, like, it don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine.
Yeah.
That's how he ends it. And it's like, that's not crazy,
It's something that's
but
never
it's
been
something
said,
that doesn't
though, I
need
feel
to be
like.
crazy.
Yeah, something you needed to hear in the moment. So like knowing what you really want to encapsulate within a song is huge. And
Yeah,
I think
sometimes you
that's
don't want to be
perfect.
overheads
That's a
too much.
Great way to say it, because that's kind of what I was meaning to say when I said he's the most positive, laid back, but yet top lyricist, because he's really isn't. But those bars I never really heard in that way being said, and it's just
Yeah.
something you need to hear.
I feel like he's one of the
in that
most
song.
impactful writers right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
By far.
where that definitely gives you a different type of points. You know what I mean? Because he's obviously not fucking Oswin Benjamin going crazy.
yeah. Those I was just about to actually relate him to that that freestyle that you showed us.
Mhm.
There's just a
Those bars are just like make you go like, what?
Yeah, those
I mean,
type of bars
the-
that make you be like, what the fuck is happening?
But these bars are just like, yeah, that was a bar.
Yeah, this is a bar.
Yeah.
This is a bar, and
It-
it makes
it-
me feel good.
yeah, and
Like,
he rides that line, man. And we talk about this. I bring this up all the time, like riding that fine line of like, when do you want to go over someone's head right now, or are you really just trying to connect? And, like,
I don't think
those-
he's ever going over overheads.
Yeah.
I've never heard like a bar where I'm like,
I feel like he can if he wanted to, though.
And people.
I mean, he's from New York, of course.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so.
But yeah, man, it's weird because I know it's short, so it's kind of funny, but it's so cohesive. This is the first like piece that we've listened to that's so cohesive. You could throw it in any order and it'd still be cohesive.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's just life lessons on life lessons.
Exactly.
Like, it's just one vibe.
How much was of a tease this though? Actually, though, like,
well, it worries me.
How bad did
I
you
think
want a
that's
chorus?
the only negative.
I really
Why
wanted
does it
a
worry
chorus
you?
on each song.
Because what if like this is the taste level? Like this is like as much as we can tolerate. He found it, and it's only 15 minutes.
I loved his last album.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I didn't.
His full length one.
But
Yeah,
what I'm
everything.
saying is like,
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
but like, can you put out like, I mean, what? Divide that by 3, or even if divide that by 2, that's only 7 songs.
Yeah, I would listen to it. I mean, the last album I think went great. Like, and I think the things that I don't want to skip ahead, but like specifically, my favorite song on the album, and we'll go through some of the other ones. My favorite is Emotionally Dumb because of the depth that he gets into there. Like, he speaks directly on finding the balance of being an artist for profit and being true to yourself as an artist and how hard it is. He reflects about like abusing himself emotionally to pay the bills. Something that started from passion has now become kind of like his main source of income, and he has tons of artistic expectations from fans.
Oh yeah.
So I think what that song really represents is like kind of asking his fan base to just fucking trust him.
Yeah, I do.
To just be like, hey, if you rock with me, you do, but I want to keep it true. And I think the only way that he doesn't is if he starts rushing himself and living to people's expectations. You know, he balances sharing lessons super well while staying entertaining, but sometimes, you know, sometimes I think he probably does have a deeper set of bars. Like,
Yeah.
if he,
Oh,
I
most
feel like
definitely.
if he wanted to make people cry
Yeah.
with his thoughts, he probably could.
I just feel like what I mean by like he went, you know, he went 10 for 10 on this. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
He's 10 for 10 on this, but it's like Shaq layups and dunks. You know what I mean? When you're going like 30 for 30 on verses, and you're like from Steph Curry range, it's a whole nother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going 10 for 10
mean,
I
the
agree.
3-point
I
line.
mean,
I think, yeah, because
That was
on
the
his
point of
album,
this
he gets
album.
real producers, though.
Yeah.
Who curate the entire song for him. This was so easy. He literally just was like, I'm going to
no
hit
chorus,
YouTube.
no second verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all wanted that.
No, of course, but I mean, this is dope for what it is. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I
that,
think
like,
this is about as shallow as he would go, and what I mean by that is he did have a lot
I
of
don't
bars where he was like, "Yeah, I have a lot of money," but then there's a few songs,
Yeah,
where
like,
he was like, "Yeah, I have a lot of money,
but it doesn't do
but I
shit
have
for
a
me.
lot of money." You know what I mean? In the other
Just
way, in that
balancing.
sense, like, yeah, like I'm
Oh,
still a
yeah.
piece of shit.
It doesn't do
basically.
shit. It doesn't do shit for me
Right.
if I'm unhappy. And then also, you know, like, I think if anything, it goes to show how warmed up he is to keep delivering, because I think when he's really trying, he's even more creative. Like, for instance, like on Volvo or like Mama's Whiskey, I think he made that song, truthfully. Even
Like
though
produced?
No, I think he really made the song like as a whole. I don't think it would have been as dope without him.
Well, yeah, but
Um,
it would still been a dope song.
It would have been a dope song, but I feel like it was one of those songs that was incomplete without a feature.
You had to throw it.
And then there's also that too, is like he's just now getting into the feature bag, and he's got a Static Select album. The next album he's doing is a Static Selecta album.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Like
so
full, just
full
producer-
fucking Static
producer
Selecta
album?
and Kota The Friend album.
That's hard.
Like, I think that's gonna be a whole different side of him we've never heard, because that song he did with Marlon on the Static album, that was nothing like this.
different verse.
Yeah.
It was different.
That was hard,
Like, he
man.
went hard as fuck, and he went a whole different tempo.
Not like these aren't hard,
but like,
it was hard.
think about the save tempo he's on these. Like, just like cool, calm, relaxed. I don't know if you've watched a lot of his music videos, but they're like they're literally just like him standing and like talking, and like it's the camera just slowly pans in.
I watched the Clinton Hill one from this
Yeah,
album.
and all of his videos are like that because he also directs them, because he used to be a videographer before, and he did videos for like Blue and shit. He's like one of my
Damn.
favorite artists. Yeah, so like he's versed in the rap game, and he's been around lyrical people, and he knows what it takes to succeed. So I think that's what it really comes down to, is like him knowing when to switch it up. I don't think it'll ever be a question of like, can he stay consistent? I think it'll be a question of like, does he choose to break his box?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I love the verse on Emotionally Dumb. He's like, I'm emotionally dumb. I hop on every song, bearing soul, spilling guts. Cause this the only place that I don't feel like I'll be judged. I tell you how I'm feeling over samplers and drums. Boy, I fuck up every day, hurting people that I love. Cause I can't communicate. It's the way that I came up. I internalize the bad, and it's hard for me to trust. I got narcissistic qualities. I hear I'm out of touch, but I'm hella sensitive. I feel it when I'm penning it. If I put it out, I only did it for your benefit. I usually stay alone to protect you from myself. Used to hide from drugs, now I hide behind the wealth. Isolated to my heart just to focus on the bread, because my baby needed food, clothes, linen on his bed. So it's like,
You give a reason why he was.
yeah, he's
wealthy.
like, even if my music ever does get light, it's probably for y'all. And kind of like a blaming the fans way, kind of like, don't let me. Kind of like, it almost seems like a plea to be like, yo, man, if y'all want that pressure, then, or if y'all want that heat, then don't pressure, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you know, like he said, like he's got responsibilities now.
Got kids.
Got kids now,
Or
man.
kid. I don't know if you had
Son.
Son, yeah.
Yeah.
Knew you had at least one.
Well, we can run it back. You said you talked about the Clinton Hill. You saw the Clinton Hill video, dude. It's crazy good intro.
That was a dope intro.
Just the first few bars was just, I mean, we all wanted that, right? We had dreams of stacking up hella cheese and smoking the best dope and rocking designer jeans and pulling up in the Benz and stepping out with the steez. Like, as kids, we all went through that.
Yeah, where life was simple.
And I mean, sometimes I'm not gonna front. Like when you put on a fresh outfit, like takes me back. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I don't know.
I wish I had
Feels
homies.
good,
I
right?
wish I had
Yeah,
homies to
stepping
see
out,
this.
right? Now,
you know?
yeah, I got homies to
You're
see
like
this.
the hometown.
And then you're like, going to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna get some milk.
Yeah, get some milk.
Maybe someone will recognize what I'm wearing. And
Yeah.
be like, that's dope. Be like, thanks.
that's
yeah,
what,
all for me just to say thanks.
that's the pandemic vibes right now.
TC
though.
is
It's
out
like
here,
we
like, on
dress
my
up.
head about it.
We dress up to go grocery shopping right now.
TC's always on my head, like, why are you dressing like that? We're just going somewhere. I'm like, I gotta get these
where
fits
else
off.
am I
Because
gonna
we're
wear
going
these?
somewhere.
I gotta
I'm
get
not
these
going to
fits
church
off.
tonight. I'm
And-
not going out. Like what?
And then
where
the
else?
one time I let her wear, like, one time we go out and she would, like, just to the grocery store to grab something. We went to Albertsons and she, like, rocked my Babe hoodie. And we get there and, like, the
Everyone's
cashier,
like,
the
"Ooh."
cashier, like, when we're checking out, was literally like, oh, rocking Babe to Albertsons, huh? I'm just fucking dying. bro.
You look at her like,
I was like, what?
This
I
is
told
what
you
you
not
do
to
it
wear
for.
it to Albertsons. And she was just like, I'd give you some
That's
shit.
funny.
Oh
That's
my god, that
hilarious.
Yeezy Season 1 jacket, I don't wear it out specifically because people are like, I'm like, I can't be rocking this fucking Season 1 just to fucking go to Freddy's and get my eggs.
But you can, though.
you got to, bro. You see people.
Oh my
That's
god.
what people do nowadays. They dress up to go anywhere now.
On this though, I love that he usually starts almost every album like being really homebound. You could tell he loves his neighborhood and like he always brings it back home. Like I said, like what does he say? Never was I limited to shit that I see. A lot of kids in Clinton Hill right now living through me. They see me in the street, take a pic and then peace. And then on the other one, he's like Myrtle Ave, Dolly with the camera out, grinding and recording raps, begging y'all to hear me out. Couple people looking left, but they can't even get near me now. I'm holding generational money inside my family house. Like,
Yep.
I love that he's just like, and later in the album, he kind of touches on like the gentrification of like where he grew up and like how hard it is to still be there and how easy it would be to leave
Yeah.
if he really didn't care.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's important. Like, that's gonna lead to him being a leader long term. I think like. It's not easy to stick around, especially in these times, like in these huge cities. What is that on the next track? It's not on the next track, but it's the third track, $200. Yeah. But the second track, Luke Cage, is fucking dope
That
too.
was,
Fire.
Like,
might have been one of my favorite. I think this might be my favorite one.
really?
It's 1A and 1B with me.
I think $200 also is my favorite one. I don't know. These were all so short. It's like I pick very favorite parts of it, and I don't really know. I don't really
Luke
know what to
Cage.
choose is really my favorite.
Luke Cage and Flowers are 1A and 1B for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that it's just another New York reference. Like his titles are always genius. Like, you know, his song Bagels, not on here, but like I love that because it just means like we're two halves.
Yeah.
Like that's my favorite shit.
They're always
like,
relevant in some way.
they're always relevant in some way, and like I love the New York hero shit. Black New York hero.
Yep.
Leans into that hometown hero vibe. what does he say? I stay away from the drama. I sit and watch like iguanas. My family tree is Brooklyn for generations. The city, my education, Brownsville, Clinton, hell, and Gowanus. Like, that's so dope, bro. Like how, like I said, how easy is it for him to leave anywhere? Like, I forgot on what track it is when he's like, I bought a house in Pennsylvania just to flex. Like, like after he got kicked out from his like roommate because he was doing overseas tours, and he's like, what? Come on, man. Then shit. I got my house.
There's two pieces to this. The one he said, I always had a dream to be as bright as the street lights. I feel like I'm gonna cheat death the way I cheat life. And I was like, bright as the street lights? I was like, man, that's not that bright. And I'm like, but then I like was like, oh shit, that's at night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that's
that was
when you
actually a
need it
bar.
the most.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a fucking bar. And like was like,
And when
"Damn,
you're
man."
out in the hood, man, like being, you know, you want to stay in the light.
Yeah.
The street lights,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially you're like, shit, this is a dark ass fucking street.
It's like it's almost a light of safety. It's like, oh, I used to dream that was bright. I was like, damn, man, that's a fucking bar. And then he went into some lighter bars, but it was so good. He's like, my flow was like water, call me Bobby like Boucher. Took a couple L's, still a legend like Cool J. I'm like, fuck. LL Cool J.
We've definitely heard the Bobby Boucher and the LL Cool J bars, but he did do them in a
Took a
different way.
couple L's.
It was like a refreshing way of saying those
Yeah, it was.
bars.
How's he finished? He said, I think I'm finishing the chapter, about to flip to a new page. People fighting nature, talking about I don't do change. Paint the perfect picture, throw that shit in a new frame. I show up when I'm needed, save my city like Luke Cage.
Just ended it. And I was like, yeah, that was perfect. That's all you needed to say. You didn't
Yeah.
just say no more.
Like this.
Say no more.
This shit would have fit really well in the Netflix Luke Cage if it was still going on.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
Oh yeah, I could hear that in a verse or in a scene.
Yeah, man.
And then, like, this is what I mean, though. Like, even though it can be shuffled, I do think it's best in order. Like, it was way more of a fucking, like, a story without actually being stories.
Yeah.
More so just, like, linking the lessons together, because then he gets into $200, and he's talking about how little $200 will get you in New York now.
Yeah.
Like, when he starts off...
City gentrified.
Yeah, he talks about my city gentrified. My condo cost me almost $1 million. It's in the sty. Really, I want to live simple and get a crib out in Jersey and pay like $200 and take my time. But I gotta grind. Money be calling me on my line, like, cause he knows it'd just be easy to like live in some fucking suburb that no one gives a fuck about. Cause honestly, especially in New York, a lot of people think New York, they're like, oh shit, Brooklyn, Manhattan, like, bro.
Yo,
New
how
York
expensive
City
is it out there now?
crazy expensive. This would be like $1 million townhouse.
That's
like
crazy.
I'm not like this shit is a blessing here. Like
Even Oregon's considered expensive too.
that's just because it's more expensive
They're
than
just
it was
comparing
10
to,
years
like,
ago.
Texas though, like
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's
no
what I
one
mean.
wants
Is
to
like,
live in
yeah,
Texas.
obviously
Or the
in-
HGTV.
for a major
Yeah.
city, Portland is affordable compared to other places, especially like because we have the benefit of neighboring cities like Tigard, fucking Tualatin, St. John's, Beaverton, Aloha, and Hillsborough all being a stone's throw. People drive hours to see their homies in California.
Yeah.
Like
But
the party, they're like, come to this party, it's close. And they're like, how far is it? And they're like, hour and a half. And they're like, bet, that's only a second away. I drive 20 minutes to the other end of Portland for work, and I'm on the edge.
The thing is, in location and comparison to the two major cities we're next to, we're like the cheapest one. And so
Mhm.
everyone's moving up.
Yeah,
here.
compared to
Like,
Seattle and then down in Cali.
Talking about like LA, San Francisco, everyone can move up here and be fucking rich as fuck.
Ballin'.
And people are doing it.
And that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it is. 10
Oregon,
years ago.
move out of Oregon.
Yeah,
man.
10 years ago, it was so much cheaper here. That's why people say it's not cheap anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm not gonna put my shit on blast for everyone to know my specs. But you
I'm
two
not going
know,
out there.
you two know the place that we're in right now, this townhouse, and like, this is $1,800 here, 17 actually without the dog rent.
Yeah.
Like compared to, and you know, multiple stories, multiple rooms.
It's your garage.
Like, that's
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying.
yeah.
Like, and anywhere else, bro, it'd be insane. So back
3K
to what he's
lease.
saying, like,
It's easy to get out.
it's
You wanna-
easy to get out, especially because in New York, everyone thinks New York City. They think that's the only shit, bro. I got multiple homies that live in New York, and they're like, yeah, everyone thinks that I live in the city. I'm like, the fuck, I live on like a farm, bro. Like there are tons of small places to be out there, and more, and like New York City makes a very small section of New York.
That's gets the most attention.
But it's where
where
it's cracking though.
It's where it's cracking, exactly. But it's one of the only really major hotspots there. But I really love how hard he's working to stay where he's rooted. Like, what's crazy is that these songs are a minute to a minute and a half long,
and they touch more than most,
and they have so much like depth in them almost.
Yeah,
for how short they are.
Apologies. How do you guys feel about that?
I love it. He's just pretty much being like, I'm not fucking sorry for anything. Like, sometimes sorry has to come after the hard work, and I love that he shares his thoughts like to the deepest extent on like every single track. Like, he's not afraid to really just be like, this is how I feel. Like, what do you say? It's been a minute since I asked for a favor. My last rejection was so long ago, I don't have the data. Too busy stacking up paper. I used to go on 28th, and still there's nothing faker. You couldn't take it to the face. You had to add the chaser. And he said, I'm happy for all this.
Who do you think he was referring to?
Whoever wronged
just
him.
Any person that.
Yeah, I don't think he's
trying to come up off of his come up, basically.
Yeah, it's just like, and then I don't
fake
think
friends.
Like, I don't think that he's the type to be petty at one person. He's living a good life, you know, when he's like, I'm happy for all the shit that nobody gave me, and everybody that played me and really thought they could break me and chatted about me crazy, ducked me when I was down, or publicly acting shady. When you get it on your own, nobody can come and take it. Good luck. Yeah. Like, and that's what I mean. I think it's funny because he called it apologies, but I think what he really meant is no apologies.
Yeah. I mean, he literally said, make your apologies when you're at the top of your game and give them properly, bow, offer it, walk away. And it is best to apologize when you've kind of fully digested a situation, because when you apologize a little too early, sometimes you don't even know why you're apologizing.
Yeah.
And even at the moment, you're just apologizing because it made you mad, but at the same time, like, you're like, shit, there's really something I meant behind that.
Well, I think that's the moral too, is like, I think that the moral kind of is like, if I am gonna apologize, it will be due and thorough.
Yeah.
Like, when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Instead of like questioning it, just like you said, because sometimes you'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, when someone's upset.
But you really meant what you said.
Sometimes it's like, bro, you're upset. I'm upset, fam. like
we're both upset. Let's say sorry to each other.
Yeah, when it's
not right.
Not if it's not right though, or too soon, like, that's okay. And people, I think, criminalize that often, like not being able to just be like, I'm not sorry. And that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be sorry.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not sorry right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what he's saying. He's like, I'm not sorry for shit right now.
Yeah.
Maybe when the dust settles, if I realize that there could have been some better moves I made, but at the same time, but right now my momentum is full steam ahead.
Yeah. Apologies on sale, 2 for $5. That was my favorite part in that one.
What's the next? Oh, Broken. Yeah. I love that. See, so one of the things I think that he doesn't even really consciously, I don't think he goes into this song as being like, oh, I'm going to tackle toxic masculinity. But I think he low-key kind of does. Like, on Broken, I think he's really referring to not having, the time to heal properly as a busy artist, like, and just reflecting on the grind wearing down on him, but still making a track about it. Like when he says, I'm still focused, fuck if I feel broken, created everything from the darkness, I still wrote it. I still wear my heart on my shoulder, I'm still hoping for the best, I'm still awake when I rest. And according to my ex, I have full conversations when I'm asleep, and I rarely remember dreams, but doing them what I please. Like, I feel like he's talking about, like, man, life has caught up to me so fast, my brain doesn't ever shut off. Yeah. Like, I'm always on, and, like, it's exhausting, but, like, I don't even have time to acknowledge it. Like, and I think what Kota does best is wearing his pains and insecurities on his sleeve, so even if he can't beat them, he's hoping you can beat them to the punch.
Or get something out of it. I mean,
yeah, like
just picking up the gem.
Just, like, being like, hey, man, I might be so busy that I am throwing away my very sanity or, like, the ability to rest. But, like, if you're not there yet, maybe do your best to avoid it.
Yeah, I'm steady trying to get what I want and then what I need. I clearly notice what's on the table and what I bring to it. Thunderstorm coming. I sit on the porch and sing through it. It's just like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like like sunshine doesn't matter without the rain.
No, not at all.
There's
No.
always the other side. I love that.
Facing it out, like being in Thunderstorm. You ever been in Thunderstorm?
I mean, all these bars are so simple, but they're like, damn, bro.
Yeah, you were in like a monsoon in Guam, weren't you?
Yeah, I've been through 2 typhoons. They call it typhoons out there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Can you imagine just sitting out on your porch, fucking rapping to that?
Man,
Like, you know, I can make some raps. to
I
this.
was very young, so no. But I mean, no, I can imagine. I can imagine what you're saying because I was really scared, bro, when those things were going. I mean, but there's always.
The hotel
but
your mom was at, didn't someone get crushed by an AC like
I
right
was
above her?
I didn't know if I wanted to talk about that on
That's
the show.
fucking
but
terrifying.
She was on the like 20th floor and literally was swaying. Like she felt her building sway, and I guess the next morning she found out like a guy above her, the AC unit literally flew through fucking window and like
Holy
sliced him in half.
shit, dude!
bro.
Final Destination.
That's-
Oh my goodness,
Dude, I tell people that every time because I'm like, bro,
No joke. It's no joke.
that's crazy. And that's like the winds were really like, I mean, it was just crazy. I remember her calling me, and after that, and it's crazy. The next day, sunny, so
Beautiful.
sunny, beautiful.
So weird.
The very next day, perfect.
That's insane.
She called me that day and was like, she was almost like it was like gonna be maybe the last time she talked to me. She was like, I love you, you know, be safe. I was like, damn. I didn't really comprehend it enough. I was
You're
really
younger,
young,
yeah.
so
Yeah, you were a kid. You were like
hearing that now, I'm like, I wish I was there with you.
Yeah.
You know,
scary as
Uh,
fuck.
in
Maybe
that-
though.
not
in
though,
that-
because like
I
you have
mean,
your
yes
child
and
with you
no.
because you're like you just probably.
I mean, I wish now that I was there because
as an adult,
she lived through it and
Yeah.
we would have been fine essentially, but that would have been a crazier story to tell because I was in a 1-story house with my dad, and just the worst that happened was the ceiling was leaking and the lights went out for like 10 minutes.
you're like, oh,
And
man,
we
it's
were
crazy.
playing Monopoly, and it was cool. I just heard some winds.
Playing Monopoly.
Yeah, we played Monopoly, and I was just chilling.
Hey, boardwalk, nigga.
I don't know, as
Right,
a kid,
and like just switch over to my mom's point of view, and it's probably just like,
this is it.
fuck, like this is it, like we're going down, like
My God.
that's great, and that's kind of
Typhoons, the weather, the fucking.
that
the
makes
goofy
me
meme
like
was
appreciate
"Fucking
this
do it
song
again."
even more now because there always is the brighter day after the dark thunderstorm,
Yo, for
or
real.
you have to sing through it,
Yo.
you know.
And I love that. I love, he talks about needing rest, and then he goes to his place of rest, like
Living
after all
room.
of that, bro. Like living room, that's my shit, bro.
I actually love that song.
That might be my second favorite song, cause
I think it is,
Like
actually.
he just be chilling,
What
bro.
my
And like
last name means
I,
living rooms.
when I grew up, I slept on couches a grip. Like I didn't really have a room. I was sharing it with my younger sister and older brother, and we're 5 years apart each way. I'm 5 years older, and my brother's 5 years older, and we would literally rotate. Tyson would take like 2 days. My sister would get a couple days or like 3 days, and then I would get the weekends sometimes
Granted, the couch was comfy,
until they put the plastic on it.
and when Grandma would wake up in
And
like
fucking-
6 a.m.
Yeah,
and
like,
just
"Throw
start
you my way, climb me up."
just start banging shit in the washing
like,
dishes. You're like,
"Fuck."
God.
Yeah, and
When I stayed the night there, I mean, it was always a good time though.
yeah, it's family. So you make the best of it. And that's what I think he really brings back with these type of songs is like, even though realistically I look back and when I word it out, people are like, your life
Damn,
sounded
bro.
like shit. And I'm like, I didn't realize it at the time.
We were
I didn't
always
know I was
surrounded by
broke.
family.
Makes you open.
Yeah,
You're
it
always
makes
surrounded
you
by
open.
family.
It's definitely, it comes with its own caveats for sure. Like at one point, I think the maximum people at Ye's house was like 12 people on a 1-story single bathroom, fucking no dishwasher, fucking
And there's still so much love.
tiny
around.
box, and like we just lived off of love. But fast forward to now, a song like this means everything to me, man.
Yeah.
I bought this couch that we're on right now, and bro, this couch means everything to me. Fucking.
I mean, just so if you viewers don't know, I lived with 10th member for a year last year, 2019, and I don't know. I feel like I slept on this almost a third of the nights.
Bro, maybe
That we live
even
together.
more. I feel like so often I'd be like, Nick, are you sure you don't want to go to bed? And you'd
It'd be like
"Fuck."
4 a.m. I'd be like, I'm good here. You know, I'll
He's
see you in the
like, "All right,
morning.
bro. I'd be like, do you want a blanket? Fucking-
I just wake up with a blanket. I'm like, that's fam. That's fam.
I'd be like, just silently be like, "Get the fucking
I
blanket
mean,
on
and with this
fool's always
song, I mean, Kota even explains, like, I mean, he falls asleep on the couch every day.
Yeah, he said, I think my deepest connection is in my living room. The couch is cozy. I fall asleep on it every day. I keep it clean like every hour. I get the broom. Always got the lavender pumping. I love it in my space. I'm hella picky with everyone I invite. Some people, that's my friend. I told them they banned for life. Because people who respect you gonna respect your crib. If you smoking at my spot, go and get your shit. Like, that's so fucking
Fuck
funny,
your couch.
bro.
Someone probably fucked his couch.
Like,
Probably put like a cigarette burner in.
I mean, I remember when we were living together, we even were like, maybe we should stop smoking in the living room. Remember, we were like,
here, yeah.
yeah, we were like, all right, we'll fucking,
We'll just go downstairs.
we'll
in the
go, and
garage
we'd
or
take
something.
walks, the backwoods, we'd take walks and shit. Like,
There's a little, I mean, backwoods on a nice couch like
I
this,
know,
a little
man.
harsh,
Yeah,
man. I'm
exactly,
sorry,
I
couch.
know.
I'm sorry.
that's what I'm saying. I gotta make this shit last, man. At least, for a few years. But I love that he respects on just like home base. Like, as a traveling artist, I'm sure that he, a lot of people think that moving around is just fucking awesome. And like flying around is awesome. But like a lot of people who are more honest are like, I fucking hate tour. Like,
Everyone's a homebody. to some
yeah,
extent.
essentially. Like Mac Miller, even when he would be like, yeah, like they're like, oh, you seem like a fun dude. Like in this one interview, they're like, seem like you're a fun, zany, weird dude. And he was like, that's just like for the videos. He's like, I just want to be home, literally 7 days a week making music. He's like, I don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
But he's like, I got to. And it is just awesome because in this day and age, you hear so many people glorifying like touching down here and there, fucking bitches here and there, bust down, critique. Like,
Oh, that's why he said my plane taking off, but I'll let you
smash.
know when I land. I'm headed somewhere you won't even see on the gram. I got a problem with letting opportunities go because I don't trust a blessing that didn't come from my own two hands. Just like, fuck. I mean, every song, there's something on every song. I'm just like,
every song, bro. Like, we already kind of touched on Emotionally Dumb. I do love that track though. So I love how it fits though, placement wise, like, cause he's talking about, touching down at home. Then he gets to Emotionally Dumb and realizing like that maybe he is doing this all for the fans sometimes. Yeah. And like, he doesn't want to lose himself at all. Like, but to an extent, he has to be willing to do enough for the fans while finding like where his heart lies in giving like his best everywhere, not just to us, but like to himself. Because at the end of the day, you want to be able to smile at your work,
Oh, of course.
and not just be like, God,
soak it in.
you don't want to be J. Cole in it. I love J. Cole, his catalog is great, but you don't want to be like, fuck, hate Mr. Nice Watch.
I don't know what the term is, but you guys will probably say it for me. But he's so internally knowing.
Very introspective.
So like, he said, women from my past told me that I'm turning cold and it's sad. I used to make her feel like she was home bringing back, but it's harder though. I was young and dumber with my guard low. Now I'm numb, sending big money through Wells Fargo. Like he knows the trials and tribulations he's gone through, and it's crazy to hear someone on a track that's so knowing of himself and what he is now. Mm-hmm. He's saying, yeah, I'm blowing up now. I got big racks.
Well, I also love that he has a song called Wells Fargo, so I love that he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna really let him know. That's really where my bank is.
That's really my bank. Wells Fargo. No, it's just crazy to hear these raps and to actually, he says it in his delivery in cadence is just so chill and laid back and just really tells his story. It's dope.
And then he does Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Next, and it's dope to hear him talk about like the weight of his art and being at home, and then transitioning into like his vacation life.
Like that's his spot.
And he still keeps it so low key though. Still, he's like hopping out my bag though, lighting up the candle, hiding out in Santa Barbara, feet up in the sand though. Where I'm keeping busy, I feel like I got a handle. Like, he's just like, man, I'm still cool here. Like, no one knows where the fuck I'm at. He mentions that too, being kind of like out there.
But he still can't relax, man.
Yeah. Then he gets into Pomegranate. And I think this is another one where it's like kind of a flip, kind of like Apologies, where it's like no apologies almost. But Pomegranate is like, life is what you make it, but ain't shit sweet if you're stuck in the negative. And he said, you take for granted certain shit, like you never worrying if she fuck with you because you're rich, or friends feeling like they're deserving of what you get and trying to bring you down. That dollar will make people flip. And then he says another one, he's like, I take a breath, accepting what's seeming to my fate, then travel back to my Converses. Or he said, what is he? The vacation line. Shit, I think I cut one of them out by accident. So I gotta go to it really fast.
Before you find that though, I mean, I feel like the reason why he named it the pomegranate, it's one of the almost most deceiving fruits, I would say, and it's the most hard work. You got to work hard to get that.
Yo, I love
I love that though. That's a good fucking point,
yeah,
bro.
no, I remember our grandma shelling out pomegranates all the time, and I'd be like, damn, that's taking so long to just get all those seeds out. And then she'd
give you some, and you'd be like,
and
it's
I'd
bomb.
do like spoonfuls. I'm like, god damn, this is so good.
Even that's
so rewarding. You know what I mean? It's so rewarding for all that hard work you put in to get.
Oh, he said, I peep the calendar like how often can I escape? I take a breath accepting what's seeming to be my fate. And then I travel back to Converses and dungarees when we ain't have money or sunlight to care for money trees. When everything you want, you get it, then all you want is peace. And that comes at with a whole different struggle, homie, ain't nothing free.
This is on pomegranate, right?
Yeah.
That's
literally
kind of
like our life.
Explains what I just said though about pomegranates, like the simple way though.
Yeah,
it's like you gotta work hard for this.
I mean, that's what it feels like.
But it's sweet when you get it. It's sweet when you get it.
Yeah, and I know yours is very, very similar. A lot of family, a lot of everything, and like I look back and like I don't realize that like when my friends hear certain situations, they're like, "Oh, it's really like that," and I'm like, "Oh, it's not for you."
Like we had to open up the pomegranate, bro, and
I'm like,
really get it out.
Sorry, fam, I had no idea.
For a while, like in my mom's house, sleep on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to be very open. They have family coming over every weekend, weekdays. You know what I mean? Like it was just.
And then I wouldn't change that though. You know?
Yeah,
like,
it built me.
It built me who I am.
Built us. So what's the final? We get to the final track though. It transitions to fucking flowers, bro.
You gotta get them while you can, man. Pick them, smell them.
Smell the roses.
Yeah, this kind of reminded me of just like old school theater shows when people used to throw flowers and a bunch of flowers at the stage.
What's funny? Like this is the first celebrating. Note that I just put the full verse. I was like, I just have the whole verse on here.
Just copy and paste it all.
Yeah.
I mean,
because he said everybody wants something more, always looking for a fix when nothing's wrong. She wish she had a fat ass, and I wish I was tall. She feel like she need a tummy tuck, and I ain't mad at all. Cause who am I to judge? But everybody is like the first two lines right there is like everybody wants something more, and you do, right? Like. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as soon as I cop a Grail, like, I'm like, well, what next shoes am I gonna buy? You know what I mean? Like, there's always something more, right? And I mean, I know we always shout out Cole, but until you really appreciate what you have,
what's the point?
You're just gonna keep wanting chasing more. Exactly.
Oh, he's only like 5'7", I guess.
Yeah. And you're always looking to fix something that's not wrong.
Unite.
Right? I mean, like, I get it.
If you think there's something wrong, you're always gonna think there's something. They're always gonna want something more.
Yeah. There's like a line. Like, I mean, right now, like in our house, like I want a bigger house so I can have a bigger family. But like my wife's like, oh man, I just wish it was really nice. I'm like, man, I'm just be happy we own this house and Nico's got a roof over his head. He's eating well fed. She's like, yeah, but look, he's like running around all these toys. I'm like, because he has a ton of toys we need to get rid of right now. The Goodwill isn't taking toy donations.
Yeah, he's blessed.
I'm just like, man, like
he's blessed.
He is, you know what I mean? And we're blessed right now. So it's like, just be happy right now. It's like, it's okay to strive for more.
Just get them flowers.
But it's like, it's at what cost? Like, how much are you striving? And like, what are you giving up to get what you want?
I feel like sometimes you can give your sanity.
Yeah.
Is what's
don't do that.
And that's what I really love is like, life will never be perfect if you don't enjoy the little things.
Yep.
If you don't make it perfect. Yeah. If you don't treat it perfect.
Well, I mean, how many times have you heard a song where a rapper artist almost says they'd rather go back to their old lifestyle? Yeah. They'd rather go back to being broke. And, they may not obviously really mean that, but it's just, there's always, that other side, It's weird.
It's the whole, like, you might have a 98 Civic, but it's got all four wheels rolling. You might have a Ferrari, but you got the two back tires popped.
Yeah.
Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, how you really moving? And what are you really upset about? Like, you don't want, it's not that you hate where your life is. You want richer problems.
Yeah.
That's what people want.
I just want health.
Yeah. I just want to be happy. Like right now, real talk, man, I'm fucking broke. And
I want some beers.
This shit is
just want to be healthy.
Like the highlight of my life. And it humbles me every week to remember like I'm blessed and I got like my brothers and that, life is going to keep moving and it's really what I make it. And, we get stuck in the hype, the consumerism of the nation. and we don't realize what we have. You know, he said, I just keep on moving, keep on walking in my purpose. Give my woman flowers every week because she deserve it. Wake up every morning, go to open the curtain. I don't know what he be doing. All I know is he be working. Some get the money, some get the laughs, some get real pretty, and some got pizzazz. And you could hit the gym, get your cash up, and better yourself, but it's important that you love where you're at.
And he ends it on that, right?
Yeah.
Such a good. It's just so powerful yet so simple. I love that.
And I want to.
I wish my girl would accept flowers too, like that. Being with a girl for a long time, flowers just some girls just don't like it anymore.
My go-to is like I try to make it
Food.
meaningful. No, well, flowers meaningful. Well, food's a good thing too, but like going to new seasons and just making your own bouquet.
Yeah, I
doing
mean, I
that,
think
picking
that's. I mean, it's come
those
to
are
that
dope.
point. I used to just do roses and just these little simpy flowers.
It's
More
fun.
roses. You should just pick them from the neighbor's yard.
Right?
Well, my grandpa had some roses, and those were dope as fuck.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
I want to get to the rating before that, so we can touch lightly on the final topic, because Jeff has got some anniversary plans to
I
get
do,
to.
man.
Everyone go wish Jeff a happy anniversary, man.
I hope I have a good one. Man. It will be.
Yo,
You
though,
will. No, you guys will.
just
I'm
got
giving
done
this like
saying.
a 4 or
No,
5.
Nico. No.
I'm giving this like a 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah, because it's the only thing it's really missing is length.
A chorus and a second verse, essentially, on each
Yeah,
song. Yeah.
exactly.
I give it a 4.
Yeah.
I give it a 4. Just because this makes me want to go back though on all his past other projects and listen
it's
to
all
his
the
full-length
same.
albums.
Not in the bad way.
And that being said, I give it a 4. It's very cohesive and it just speaks true to the title's name. Out lyrics to go, lyrics on the go, and they are fire ass lyrics on the go. I spun this back. I didn't have to take much time. It only took 45 minutes to spin it back 3 times. So
I literally listened to it for an entire 5-hour shift this week.
Jesus, I'm gonna do the math, but that's what is that? That's 4 times for an hour.
I was just like
So you listen to
20 times,
20
in
times
a single
That's-
day.
That's not that bad actually.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I just didn't have time to change the music either. I was just like, it ain't bad. I was like,
That's good.
life ain't bad. Fucking-
I think, especially coming off of last week, I was like, man, like Nick Caution was always trying to drop these gems, but with Kota, there's this familiarity. Like even though I don't know him, you know what I mean?
and
You
ease. There's
feel
no
like you
stress.
do.
He doesn't seem like
he's stressing.
you can tell he's not stressed about the lessons. He's just like, hey man, if you want to hear it, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Like we all got that big homie that's mad stoned all the time and just like dropping gems, and like if you're not willing to hear it, you're not gonna hear it.
He's just,
You're just like,
alright. That's all you hear.
That's crazy, bro. Let me hit that.
Yeah, and you're like, whatever, bro. And he's like, I'm just telling you, man. I lived it, and that's it.
And you just be thinking about that the whole session. You're like,
Aight.
damn.
Yeah.
It's like that 70s show. That 70s
Yeah,
show.
she lit.
Reminds me of that 70s show when Fez would say some
Yeah.
really deep shit
Well,
or
it's
something.
crazy because they were all high. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, I didn't realize that, but I remember
yeah.
and I'm like, damn, the
Now
70s show,
when you
they were
look at it,
all
they were all
high.
crazy as
fuck.
At the end,
I love the episode when Eric comes up and his fucking parents' head is floating around when
Yeah.
he's like, like,
That's probably the best, like, uncensored way of putting a session in a show for almost every episode.
yeah, they just did the rotation.
Yeah,
and had the smoke
session,
around.
That's
And
that's
they're
so
like,
smart. It's so smart.
incense. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
I give it a 4.5. I really wanted to give it 5, but I can't because it's too short.
It's not a full It's not a
Yeah.
full album. It's
Give it
hard.
a
It's
4.5.
hard.
Yeah.
Yo, moving into the CJ Fly tape. I am sorry because I set the criteria this week, but I totally thought it was a fucking rap album.
The way
it turned out to be a beat tape, and I'm not mad at that.
You called me and was like, yeah, I listened to like 3 songs and I was
Was
like,
waiting for
where the
some rap.
fuck are these bars
Where the
coming in?
bars
And I was
at?
like, yo, me too, but it's a beat tape, bro. It was hard though. CJ Fly,
So
I
it's
didn't
his
know he
first
could
beat
produce
tape.
like that.
I remember a year ago he did a live stream and I actually was in it, and he was asking about gear and he was asking about beat advice, and I fucking was like, I'll type
Drop
in some
him some
advice.
gems,
I
drop him
fucking
some
like
gems.
I told him I was like, hey, rule of 4, which he clearly didn't take that tip, and it's not a bad. I mean, it is and it isn't. I don't want to say bad, but some of it does have kind of a beginner energy to it, and I'll get to that. I was like, yo, man, keep it simple, but remember the rule of 4. Take away or add, whether it's just a single drum sound. And I was like, and transient shapers, bro. Transient shapers make your shit fucking snap. Like, bro, you'll never catch me not putting a transient shaper on some drums. Like, that's for real, for real. So yeah, rule of 4 and transient shapers. That's my shit. And I'm not no fucking god or anything like that. That's just my most base information I always give people, because I don't want to give them I don't want to say too much or like alter anybody's sound or tell you that anything's wrong. I don't like giving that type of advice when it comes to music making. But just keep it interesting. That's it. That's even how people do a simple sample 8-bar loop. Is they'll just do the rule of 4. Rule of 4 though. You bring in the bass line after 4 bars. Take away a snare after the second 8 bars pass. Like, bring them back. Take away the hi-hats. Chop. Make a fucking drop. Add a fucking riser. Like, add a filter. Like, it really can be simple. Like, you don't got to do much. But getting into that on the first beat, I really thought the first beat, DiGiorno, was the best beat.
It was the best beat.
Yeah, by far the best beat. Like, there's multiple melodic switch ups. The drums go hard as fuck. It might be a drum break though, because that's the only gripe, is that like the drums don't change at all. Literally the entire 16 bars, and then a little break, and then another 16 bars of the same drums. But they go hard as fuck. I don't know if he played everything himself on that, or if he had a homie play, or if he just used a sample. The guitar action at the end was super smooth too. But I like the track as a whole, and I don't want to take too long on these because it is just beats. But what'd you guys think of that intro?
Intro
cool.
was my favorite beat actually too.
Yeah.
And I think it was kind of 1A, 1B too. The second beat, Ghetto Symphony, was my second favorite one.
Yeah, what's weird is that it started hard. Like, there's just enough change to keep it interesting with multiple sections and to keep it fresh on Ghetto Symphony. Like, the filter drop did come in really late though at the end of the beat. Like, when the filter automation came through, I was like, oh, the song's almost over. But okay.
Yeah, it's hard to go from listening to a bunch of albums and then the beat tape, but I was actually very thoroughly enjoyed by the third track. I was very confused. I was like, when is this motherfucker gonna start rapping in these? But I was like, okay. I switched, and then I just confirmed it by switching like down 2 songs to make sure it was on skip to the middle.
The third track, as much as I liked I liked all the loops and all the samples he chose. Like, he's clearly showing he's got a good ear as a producer. Some of the tracks really were a little unpolished in a way where they were so simple, like you could tell that it was like, oh, okay, this is clearly one of his first outings as a producer. Like Tuxedo, there's literally like no changes at all. The drums don't change.
I didn't like
when the drums come in, and it's short enough. I thought it was short enough to entertain. It's the shortest beat on the album or on the tape. Just enough to get in, get out, and like you could rap on it. Success is really where it hit me, where I was like, I don't know, maybe not all of these needed to be out. Like, it's a super great loop, but it gets so repetitive because it's just the chords are lush, but there's not enough to carry like an entire track. There's hardly any accenting notes. There's no lead. The drums are super live, and that's kind of what saved it. I love the feel that they have, but they sound like they were played, but it could just be a super hard drum loop. But there's no variation in them. There's not even like a break, like just like a pause, like where he cuts them silent for a second and then brings them back in. It's literally just drums.
Same drums.
Yeah, it's just drums, no drums for the chorus, then drums coming right back. And the chorus doesn't have a filter or anything at all. Like, no effects, no automation, no anything for the whole thing. Like, the beginner skill set really kind of starts to show itself on these type of beats. But he has a good ear. So yeah, that's I still
the way I hear it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Volume 1 though, so I'm actually excited to see
the growth,
the progression. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then we get to Maybach Curtains. I think Jeff, you had said something about some of the titles kind of being misleading.
Yeah, just that, and what was the other one? Like Buck, let me pull up the list.
Buck Wild, the next
Buck
one.
Wild. Like, I was just like expecting it to get a little bit A little bit, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
Buck Nasty.
Buck Nasty.
Get
It
a
was
little
not Buck
different.
Nasty.
No, it wasn't, and I was hoping for it, and
But I feel like that's just style.
So on Maybach though, I'm excited to hear him make beats because I really like that he sounds like he's gonna be a very exploring producer. Like not a normal rap beat per se, but it sounded like he played these drums very, very warm kick, like no hi-hats pretty much though. So that
on
was
Buck Wild.
on Maybach Curtains.
Maybach, oh, okay.
And that was like different to me. I was like, okay. But it sounds more like he played the drums for himself. And so it's not a complicated break, which leads me to believe that the drum breaks in some of the album are either samples, just like pure sample breaks, or he had someone play them. Because he didn't really have the power. Maybe he didn't have the power of variation. But even then, you can create stutters. People chop breaks, and they make them varied up still. He has a good ear, is what I want to say, though.
yeah.
And that's apparent. Buck Wild, though, it didn't fit the name, but there's variation, man. And I fuck with that. Like I love the chimes that he used in it. And it's a solid beat in the way that I could hear him rapping on it. And I think that's what matters because he is
He
revving
should
up.
rap on all these.
He's revving up to do a EP produced by himself. And I mess with that.
That's sick.
Every beat is a great loop though. There's no drum variation though, like at all. And I mean, Nick, I will say, I know you haven't been producing for the longest, but like you have tons of variation in your beats. There's always multiple melodies, and I know you know about the rule of 4.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's more a little bit my style. I don't really make the type of beats that he was making. Oh, sorry. Like Maybach Curtains, speaking of that, but I mean, I guess because I've took advice from you, not saying you've completely influenced the way, but like I did take kind of the rule of 4 into consideration when I make my beats. And
I mean, some people even do 8-bar changes, like change something every 8 bars, which is like, that's fine. Like, especially with trap beats. I know these aren't trap beats, but trap beats have that fast BPM.
yeah, and a lot of them can be the same drum wise. And the way I look at it is, yeah, I think a lot of my drums they do stay consistently the same, but as long, I don't know, I feel like this was, for me, I could tell he obviously wasn't a beginner, but I definitely see where you're coming from on the non-variation / kind of like the drum breaks that he was using.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it goes on the last track too. Days, dude, that intro was way too long. Like, it was like, that was just like, all right.
Sounded
man.
like kind of when your phone puts like pictures together and like does a little slideshow, but like this little music.
Yeah. Those are weird, but yes, they're funny as hell.
Sounded like that to me.
Yeah. The drums are super lively. When they come in, I was like, oh shit, the drums really fucking brought that juice. But once again, there's no variation, no hi-hat dropping, no kicks dropping away, no nothing. So it leads me to believe that it is just a fucking loop. Okay, it makes me hard to tell. And even if he did play them, I'm like, man, if he played them, manipulate them. But that's one thing I want to compliment. If he did play any of those crazy, super lively drums, like, damn, man, insane. But he's only been making beats for a year, so that leads me to believe that he had either someone play them live or he had some samples, some breaks. The melodic variation comes in pretty late, and he could have brought it in a lot sooner because there's like two like leads that come in at the end, and like if he had put one of those even in the fucking first 16,
It would sound a lot better.
exactly. And so like
I agree.
I think he's got a lot of potential for growth.
Volume 2.
Yeah, exactly. Overall, it's a super dope entry as a beat maker for a first one too. Like clearly he's learned a lot over the lockdown, but it's inspiring to hear an artist kind of level his craft up, and more than anything, he's got the right concepts and he's got the variation when it's just about putting it in the right place now. Because I don't want to down it at all. I actually think it's really fucking cool, really beautiful that he's doing that. So I don't really think we really need to score it because it's not based off of lyrics.
N/A.
Yeah,
N/A.
like
not available.
he's great, but
Oh,
I think
is that what it means?
I think it is super cool to see him kind of chase that like quote unquote complete artist, kind of like the complete artist in rap now, which is really what I wanted to touch on in the album in these final 10 to 15 is like, dude, what does it mean to be like a complete artist now? You know, like
you get a lot of praise, man.
I feel like
you do and you don't. Some people don't get enough for it.
Being a complete artist has completely almost changed, because now what I think being a complete artist, I mean, as a rapper, you rap, produce, you do everything, even beyond producing.
I mean, so for instance, Russ doesn't get the credit where it's due, and maybe it's because his production isn't quite crazy enough.
It's those album covers, man.
Like
do different album art or song art, bro.
Maybe hire someone there.
Yeah,
like it's okay not to do absolutely everything.
Exactly. I mean, dude, he's a fire producer and he raps. I mean, he raps pretty well on his own beats. And when you see someone like that, it's just almost special. You don't get too many artists that do that well.
Dude, yeah, and the ones that do. So, what I think is comparable to, I want to say, like, think of the NBA the past 4 years. And I know Jeff is very wise with the NBA knowledge. But like, for instance, Curry changed the fucking game.
Yeah.
Like, and not just for point guards. Now everybody a fucking shooter.
Yeah,
LeBron,
everybody, bro. There's the centers pulling up.
It was in the block post up / layup game, you know. But ever since Steph Curry kind of came around,
now everyone a point guard, man.
Yeah.
Well, you learn the rules.
Except Ben Simmons.
You start to
imagine they put a 4-point line. Remember you were talking about that?
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
No, I didn't like that.
They shouldn't.
Trey Young will never dribble past that. Then
it'd just be Dame, Steph, and Trey Young straight bombing 4 points.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Because that's that shot.
Four is better than 4 is
these?
twice as a layup, like twice.
I just
as
need
much.
10 of these. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I
I
remember in the rec sports at Oregon State, the rec league, the competitive one they had guys and girls, the co-ed one. I'm sorry, don't even know what I'm saying. The 3-point, it was funny. The 3-point shot for the girls was worth 4 points or 5 even.
Oh, you better get your hand up.
Oh my god! I would be telling my homegirl, I'd be like, "You need to get wet."
There was this girl. The girls would just shoot three. They would throw them up as much as they can, and it was hilarious because a lot of them, I mean, they couldn't shoot, but there was a couple shooters on
that were like,
were just racking up points.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
They're like,
50
I made 40 points this game.
The NBA would literally make big men extinct at that point.
Mm-hmm. So that's what's crazy. I like to compare it to that.
I wouldn't say big men. Shooters, non-shooters would
would
not be allowed in the NBA.
I think it's a little less strenuous than it is on shooters, though, because than on producers and rappers, because there are still rappers killing it. You know, Lil Baby and all these dudes
who just hop on the
track. But like, I love hearing, like, for instance, like Bank Account. 21 Savage produced that.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But Metro helped him,
bank
right?
account. Yeah, but still cool. Like, but I think what it is now though is when you can be that complete artist, like how special. Like, think about the caliber that you join. Like the Kanyes, the Q-Tips, the Coles, the DJ Quicks. Like, bro. I remember the first time I watched the Power Trip breakdown.
Oh yeah,
and I was just like, damn, this is so fucking hard. And he was like, I wanted to just do the chorus myself, man, but I owed him one, you know. So
I wanted to so bad. That would have been dope if he would have sung that too. I fucking loved it too,
dude. That's so inspirational.
That sample, oh my gosh. Oh man, I'm gonna sing that on the way home.
And think about Kanye's run as a fucking producer, dude. Think about his growth too. Think about, he probably looks back at College Dropout and is like, that shit was simple.
Yo, I didn't even listen. Like, I didn't know You Don't Know My Name was produced by him, and that's probably one of my favorite songs of all time, by Alicia Keys.
By Kanye?
Yeah, Kanye produced that.
Damn.
Back then, I just thought that Alicia Keys was killing on the piano, and maybe she was, but at the same time, yeah, he produced that, so I'm just like, damn, my whole life I thought it was just Alicia just going ham on the piano.
Kanye just the goat on the piano.
Think about Pharrell too.
Oh yeah.
Like Pharrell is a complete.
Didn't
fucking
he
artist.
have like the Neptunes had this run? I forgot. I'm gonna screw up this stat, but like they had a run where like they had so many hits on the radio. I think like the whole top 10 was them. Or
But
something
people
like that.
didn't even know.
Yeah.
Is what's crazy.
He did like stuff like "I'm a Slave for You," like by Britney Spears. Like they did all sorts of
Dude,
random ass
all
shit.
over the fucking place.
Yeah.
So think about that too. Like CJ becomes that complete artist. Think about all the New York cats that he'll be able to put on beats.
Yep.
Like the benefit is that it's not like the NBA. So I think you can get by being just a rapper, but you're so much more for the culture when
Your
when
value
you're-
just
yeah,
goes so
your value goes up and your impact goes up so much more. Like think about like bro, Eric Elliott or Eric Arc the architect, fucking from Flatbush Zombies, bro. He's literally my favorite rapper in the group, and he was the beat maker. And now he just dropped fucking a song alone this past week too, and I'm like, that's so hard, bro. What the fuck?
Because they're controlling everything. Like they literally have
Everything.
the whole canvas is them. So when you're
Oh,
like,
let's not forget about Travis Scott.
yeah,
I can't believe that I didn't say that.
that noise.
Dude literally has cultivated an entire vibe.
Yeah.
I almost like producers becoming rappers rather than the other way around. And I mean, even going back to
I mean,
someone
that's
like
yay.
R&B, like Neo, he was a producer before he started singing his heart out.
Yeah,
Or,
and songwriting too for people.
Yeah, exactly. I
Look at
mean,
Hit Boy.
Hit Boy. I was just about to
Bro,
bring up Hit Boy.
yes,
He's
bro,
just
I'm
starting
so
to rap
excited.
on his shit. Like,
Dude, well, he's
Yeah.
been rapping, but
He
not
just
on the
wants
level
to
that he's
rap
been
now.
on now.
When
Yeah,
you hear
now
him,
he's
you're
way
like,
more
oh
like,
shit, who's this?
who is this? Hit Boy? What?
But then on
He
the flip
produced it,
side,
right? No, he's
Hitmaker,
rapping on it.
Young Berg became Hitmaker.
Hitmaker. Dude, that's
Oh, I
such a
forgot about
crazy
that, dude.
transformation.
No one knows because everyone just remembers that grill that was way too big for his mouth.
Young Bird. The
Dude,
iceberg. in
that's
his
so
whole
crazy,
mouth.
bro. I love that.
I need a
Oh,
grill.
I think-
a grill.
You know, not to
I think I
go,
want
not
a
to
subtle
ramble.
one, just like
Yeah.
a
I
No.
want fangs.
bottom.
Full-
Yeah, the
full
fang.
bottom
Yeah,
fangs.
just like that right here.
all of it.
Oh, you
Here,
talking
here.
on some
I'm gonna
Miami
get some grill.
shit.
I'm gonna
Bro,
get some grill.
You
I
getting
think-
gold or what are you getting?
gold.
Gold.
I think, if anything, though, to bring it back home, I think this was a great move on CJ Fly's part.
Yeah,
Like,
shows.
super fucking cool. And I'm surprised, man, because
We thought he was gonna be spitting.
I thought he was gonna be spitting. I'm like, that's what I mean. Is at the end of the day, the critiques I have are only like if we were one on one, like it was a bro, and I was like, hey man, like let me tell you, like da da da. But like, who the fuck am I to tell him, bro? He's friends with Static Selector.
Yeah.
I'm sure Static already called him, being like, bro, this fire, but
But
let me tell you how it could be more fire.
yeah,
Like,
let me add that sauce.
and he's got Kirk Knight and Chuck Strangers from Pro Era, who like Chuck Strangers, even though he's a younger cat or in his 20s, you know, his mid 20s now.
Such an old name though. I feel like he's
He-
an old dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
he came up producing on an MPC 2000 XL. So like he knows how to make heat, and not just heat on a DAW, but like real heat.
Yes.
Like, so he's surrounded by fucking love, and like I'm sure he's cool with Alchemist, like everybody out there in New York, and he's friends with Eric from Flatbush Zombies. Like, he's in good company, and like, dude, I'm super excited for Volume 2. If he's gonna do multiple of these this
Your
year,
favorite pro era, remember?
CJ Fly is my favorite. Exactly. So that's what I mean. This is all said with love, dude. Like, shit, dude has stepped into the realm of complete artist.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of rapper producers still who are
Killing
like
it.
very relevant in that, and like the circle is small.
Yeah, my gem for you is Like from Pac Div.
Yeah.
That's some
Well,
hard.
I mean, that's what I want to reword. There are a lot, but I mean making a huge mainstream impact. And CJ Fly just did it. You know, he did pretty good reception with
Rude Boy.
it was Rude Boy, yeah. So I
Rude
think this
Boy.
is the time.
Rude Boy.
He's about to go through that transformation now, you know, and I think that's fucking beautiful.
I'm excited to hear him rap on his own beats. I feel
Yes.
like, I feel like that's coming. in
They
the future.
feel like his flavor too.
You know,
Oh
he
yeah,
just-
the
what he needs to do
beats
is
he produced. I feel like he could just spit on them.
It's all that No ID.
Bro.
No ID
You
mentored
should call
everybody.
it the way I
I
talk.
know, right?
Literally
The way I
everyone.
talk.
Yeah, the next one. Hey.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But everyone. Who has he not mentored?
I know, for real. You just
I'm not
call
trying
him
to
and be
think.
like, hey man,
The Godfather.
I'm looking to get into the realm. And I mean, even that's another person, bro. Like Logic got that love from No ID, and Logic produces his own shit too.
Yeah.
And like he
That's
doesn't
hard.
need to, but that's hard as fuck. I may not be the biggest Lodge fan,
No, I'm not
but
either. But
you know, I can't knock man making his fucking hustle out there. I fuck with it.
I mean, it takes real
Who said that?
pure
That
talent.
terrible, that not terrible line, but mom, he's like, I'm on my grustle, my grind and my hustle. I'm like,
Who says that? Did Doggy
I
say
don't know.
that?
No one. said that.
No, someone said that. Hold on.
My Grussel grind in my like. That's not even a word.
Like a 2 Chainz or something.
It has to be a chains bar or something. The Krenak.
Bro, I need to look it up, bro. Don't diss Krenak. That's the shit.
Yeah.
No shade, bro. Just making up words. That is,
Bro, I
that's
promise.
what it
I will text y'all because my phone wants to play and act like the lyric doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I promise you it's a
is. You're
real.
searching Google. I'm on my Grussel.
I'm on my grustle,
Siri.
my grind, and my hustle.
Siri, who said
People
grind
say
and hustle?
everything that they fucking want. That's the rap. That's the rapper's only side.
Yeah.
But yo, thank you guys for letting us, come back week after week and talk our shit. We're doing what we love, and you're letting us do what we love. So, thank you, man. This is episode 16. We're almost to episode 20. I'm a trip when we get to 52. So that's a whole fucking year's worth of content.
Sheesh.
And I just want to say, it has been crazy Wednesdays out there. So, be safe and keep being good people. I can't say what you should invest in, but maybe make some moves.
Doge.
Go to
Ooh,
GameStop and get a game and check out your local movie theater that's not open.
No, we're brainless, so don't listen to us, and don't lose your money.
And go buy a BlackBerry phone.
Don't do stupid things if you don't have money to play.
We're not financial investors. We're not financial investors.
Yeah,
I like
Advisors.
this stock.
yeah, and truthfully, only gamble with your money if you got.
Unless you're
money to
actually
gamble.
investing.
Unless you're actually investing, focus more, do your research, make some
And
long-term
down with the
investments.
hedge funds.
This isn't like some of the stuff isn't really.
Going
invested.
down with
Yeah,
the hedge funds.
exactly.
This is just
Don't put your fucking college funds in there. Don't fucking put your family in danger.
These are attempted moon landings.
Don't do hype shit. Essentially,
Maybe that's
Just
a new
because
thing.
Elon
And
Musk tweeted
that's on
about
everything.
it.
No, follow Elon Musk, man. Anything he tweets.
He is the wave, though. Everything he tweets pops. So
I kind of like Etsy,
Yeah, he's
Boom.
fucking crazy. Etsy's nice with it, man.
but they've been doing good since
yeah,
COVID.
they've always been doing good. Etsy's the shit.
Yeah.
But yo, thank you guys so much for coming to join us. Before we officially tap out, I do want to give a special shout out to Audio Cypher and my boy Ezra, who has been doing an amazing job using the application and creating these tutorials to show everything it can do. It's a MIDI creator using cryptography. If you haven't heard about Audio Cypher yet, it's amazing fun, great idea sparker, and one of our first real supporters. So huge thank you to the team over there.
It's the sauce, man.
Yeah, it is the sauce, and
it really is, though.
yeah, I mean, especially for counter melodies and for ideas. It's not a melody creator, but more a melody idea giver, where it'll give you some notes you might have never thought of combining. So shout out to you and everyone in the Discord and the Cypher Circle. Thank you guys for rocking with us through another week, and be safe out there, man. We're entering February. If you live somewhere like here, get ready, because I have a feeling
February's about to be crazy.
Bro, it's about to be snowy. I
We're gonna get that
guarantee.
Drake
Really?
album.
You think so?
We're gonna
I
get that
guarantee
Drake
we'll
album.
get at least 2 to 3 days of fucking icy snow.
I'm moving in rain.
Yeah,
About to get
but it's
rain.
bro.
That Drake
Oregon is
album.
never nice like this long without some kind of shit.
Global warming.
We're definitely
Mudslides.
gonna get
Some
something.
mudslides.
If we don't get snow, we're getting the big one.
We already got the fire.
Oh God, don't talk about the big one.
If we ain't getting snow, we getting the big one. But yo, thank you guys for always rocking, and we fucking love you. So we are fucking out.
Peace
y'all,
out,
man.
y'all.